baby bees, listen, you gotta be real careful out here in these spiritual streets. I mean, cause I really wanna like point some things out to you, like, cause these motherfucking Decepticons, I'm talking about them incels, boo. I mean, they could be in disguise because they married too. I mean, a lot of them, they be mixing their seed, they be doing all kinds of things because they really do not have the fortitude to stand up with the true and living God that comes from up out of the side of the first created being. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to understand that the incels are waging war on the divine feminine because they are afraid of the changing of the guard, my friend. See, because when they was acting like they had power over the likes of you and me, they was implementing a lot of tyranny. I mean, even trying to tell women what they supposed to do with their own bodies be. Now they're very afraid. So they trying to switch roles, you see. So that's why you got a lot of these motherfuckers sitting around here, playing on these internet streets because they do not have the fortitude to operate out there in that world, you see. But it's the one they created and it's the world, the world that they going to have to navigate through. Because at the end of the day, God ain't give you the fucking job to labor, boo. And at the end of the day, he gonna have to figure out what the fuck he gonna have to do. Cause just like when God used Mary to make Jesus, he ain't need a man to do what the fuck he needed to do. God will do for you and let that man see how insignificant he is too. And then guess who the fuck he gonna make come through with the follow through, laboring and making sure he take care of you. See, the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous be. You got to understand who the fucking wicked be. They tried to take the woman out the story, you see, but at the end of the day, if you look at where he's missing, he ain't had nothing to do with the one that you worship, boo, and you call God over you. At the end of the day, God had to keep man out of that shit because man is the fucking corrupted thing. And if you don't understand just what the fuck is happening, you're going to find yourself trapped behind a fucking filthy ass dirty man who can't even stand up on the day of judgment, my friend, and tell the fucking truth to him because he's lying to the one within. At the end of the day, if he was really a legitimate seed of that I am be, he would stand up and tell himself the fucking truth. He would tell the whole fucking wide world too. He wouldn't act like he was bigger than he was, you see. He wouldn't act like he was the fucking commander-in-chief. He would acknowledge the fact that, hey, while I'm given this authority because it was given to me by the one who got the authority to give it, you see, motherfuckers out here in the world stage acting like they took something from me. And at the end of the day, that's where the problem lies, okay? See, man has always had a problem with that I am me. They've always known. And so they tried to trick you, you see, tried to make you subservient, you see. And if your dumb ass is in captivity, then you believe that a man goes before you, boo. But at the end of the day, no matter what the fuck you do and no matter what the fuck you say, if ain't nobody in front of you when you pushing that baby out, it's going to keep on coming, okay? But if that fucking man is behind you the way he's so fucking supposed to be, then you can dig into his back and get a little bit more leverage so you can birth out greater things. But since you can't dig into the man that you got around you, boo, because he's a fucking incel and he don't know what the fuck to do, he wants to get in fucking front of you. He want to see everything be, and the reason why he need to see is because he don't know a fucking thing. I mean, at the end of the day, it ain't a lot of people that's going to tell you the truth on this level, okay? But at the end of the day, my job is to wake up the chosen few so that then they can go on and do what the fuck they got to do. And while you may think by the words that I speak that the chosen could only be a divine feminine be, nah, see, divine feminine ain't got shit to do with what you see in 3D. It has to do with your genetic compounds and how they mixed up, you see. And if they in fucking order, then the natural order of a man is to get the fucking line behind me. See, the one missing out of God's birth is the one that was Satan, you see, because he was already kicked the fuck out of heaven because he could not reign with the fucking kings. And so at the end of the day, the reason why God had to supersede man to make Christ come in, my friend, was to illustrate who was who and where they fit, my man. And at the end of the day, when Christ came, you see, you still worship him, B. You tell everybody every day, Yeshua HaMashiach is who you line up behind, you see. But you got to understand, Yeshua HaMashiach couldn't even come here without a fucking woman, babe. So wake up to that goddamn reality. Get in line with the true and living. Because at the end of the day, if you keep on following man, the only place they can take you to is where you already went, boo. That's why they trying to erase history so they can start all over and respell you. But at the end of the day, the spell is through. You better wake up and recognize just who the fuck is who. Because at the end of the day, if you keep on listening to what these fucking men tell you to do, they gonna be like the parent that put the oxygen on the kid before they put it on themselves, you see. I mean, how the fuck it look that the men walk inside of the fucking camp before the women be? I mean, so if somebody attack you from behind, who the fuck is protecting the family? The one that's in fucking command, you see. I'm trying to tell you, that's why I lead from the back, B. Because ain't nobody that's one of my sheep gonna get lost, you see. And see, they illustrated, because it's the fucking truth, why they tried to put you behind. Last, they want to make you believe, but at the fucking end, the truth gonna come out. That woman is first indeed. And at the end of the day, it's time for the divine feminine to stand up and be all God designed you to be. You can't keep on believing this story that man is telling you, see, because the reason Eve had a problem, boo, was because she stopped listening to that I am. And she was listening to her. At the end of the day, no matter what they call him, a snake or a man, okay, it's the same fucking thing. It's something outside of that I am. And at the end of the day, if you ever make that mistake, B, you're going to do the same thing that Eve did. You would be deceived. And at the end of the day, I believe that the divine feminine is conscious enough, you see, to wake up to their true identity. Recognize that I is motherfucking me. And since God is on the inside of me, and it take a man and a woman to do the damn thing, if I got the greatest of all inside of me, well, do God need anything? At the end of the day, it's time for the divine feminine to wake up, okay? And it's okay for you to love your men through if they're willing to allow you to. But if they're going to act like these motherfucking incels that's going to rot in fucking hell, acting like they got power over you, boo, trying to take a last-ditch power grab to hold on to something that don't belong to who? It is time for us to operate the way God designed us to. And if we don't get the fuck in the right order, these motherfuckers going to destroy all of us. And that's the goddamn truth. Come on, and come the fuck on.